Hopefully you can hear me over the water. But I'm just checking in. I'm out here vibing. It is, on the East Coast, it's 10, almost 10:30. But I'm just winding down for this Monday, which felt like about a whole week. And sometimes you gotta take those little things that give you a relaxation and your rest that help you rejuvenate and press forward. Look, we got a whole week to go. So if I can encourage you on one thing, we talk about self-care and perseverance. Hi Phyllis, thank you for tuning in. But we gotta make sure that your home is your sanctuary. Make sure that where you lay your head is where you find your peace. And that means that whatever it is that you have to do, whether it's, again, your house does not need to be the dewdrop in, okay? So you are not obligated. Like sometimes some of us that maybe are the one in the family that has excelled or what have you, like people will try to like impose on you or just, stop by your house. And I'll tell you, like, I have been known, like I will look at you right through the camera, through the ring cam, and be right in the living room. And you might see me through the glass panels of the front door with my dog, with Diamond, chilling. But if I don't know you're coming, and I think, again, it's imperative to protect yourself, to protect your environment at all costs. I've mentioned this several times, like you guys have to be just aware of your surroundings and aware of the people that are around you, those that try to attach themselves to you, because for some individuals it might start out as admiration, and then I'm telling you, for some, if they aren't someone that is that has a strong sense of self, maturity, or if they have a low self-esteem, that admiration will turn to envy and jealousy. And so you have to make sure that you are staying prayed up. You have to make sure that you're operating with integrity. And more importantly, again, create your own center of peace. For me, going on 7 years ago when I bought this house, this property, that was something that I knew, like, I wanted to have like a relaxing hot tub. Now, God blessed me with even more than what I envisioned of having. There was some work mentally that had to go on with me, right? Because I had some self-sabotaging thoughts. I used to say those anecdotes that some of you guys may, tell yourselves that, well, I'm just going to be happy with what God blessed me with. I'm just going to be, no, He wants you to go shoot for the stars. Because guess what? If you shoot for the stars and you don't make it, at least you're going to land, if you shoot for the moon, shoot for the moon, not the stars. Shoot for the moon, because even if you don't make it to the moon, baby, you're going to land amongst the stars, okay? And so once I changed my mindset, and still today, like sometimes I have to, do some self-work and introspection, around that. But again, like God wants you to live an elevated lifestyle. He wants you to live a lifestyle of peace, one that you are in peace to be able to serve Him, one that your mind is stayed on Him, one that you're not distracted by all these other things that are going on in the world. One that despite it not looking like, what He's promised you, that you can see the vision. And because you built that relationship with Him and that trust in Him, and hopefully you have over the years, you have had experiences where He's been able to show you that in spite of and despite of what others may try to do or what it may look like, His word will not fail. And so you have to stay true to that for yourself. And so I tell you, as you continue to elevate to new levels, some folks say there's new devils. Well, sometimes there's new issues to solve. I once heard someone say that the only difference between a person that is successful and those that maybe aren't as successful is that you begin to get really good at finding solutions to issues. And so that's how you kind of have to look at this, how you have to look at life. Like, there can be things that are frustrating, right? I know right now, I know that I'm in the midst of a transition because God is having to grow and stretch me. Like, there are instances right now, even He has me working through, where He's giving me lessons where maybe I have second guessed myself, maybe even with some of my pricing, I haven't charged enough. Because again, those thoughts kind of come into your head, but He's reminded me, know that you're worth it. He's reminded me in the midst of, people trying to play in my face, right? Perhaps, again, trying to take monies that maybe they shouldn't, whether that is employees or contractors or what have you. But I have to stand my ground and have my voice. And sometimes that means that, yeah, it's not going to feel like I'm being nice. But at the end of the day, if somebody's trying to steal your livelihood or attack your destiny, I'm not concerned about how to make you feel, realistically, right? I'm fighting for a destiny because it's greater than me, it's bigger than me, right? There are people that have reached out, and even through my journey, like, they've been inspired, especially those old colleagues and friends that, I talk about this a lot, individuals that they want to go out into business on their own, but they're just so scared. And again, I've shared, my journey on my YouTube channel. It wasn't by choice. Like, if I had it my way, I would have been still sitting in my comfy 6-figure job and building my business on the side. And the reality is, I probably wouldn't even be putting as much effort into building my business because I would have had, that cushy 9 to 5, or really, look, 7 to 11, realistically, or sometimes 2 or 3 in the morning, job to kind of supplement, my income or to provide my lifestyle. But He pushed me out there. Talk about being thrown into the water, being thrown into an atmosphere where I truly have to trust Him. Like, He clearly has been the provider. Sometimes, again, we say these antidotes, or we recite these scriptures that, Lord, thank you for supplying all my needs according to your riches and glory, and not mine. Well, I can truly testify to that. And I don't live a mediocre lifestyle. I didn't have to scale down, or, no, I still am driving Range Rovers, okay? I still am able to go to the restaurants that I want to go to. I still live, how I live, right? And again, it does not make any humane sense at all whatsoever. But God. When people ask me, oh, how are you doing and how are you? God. Like, that is the only answer, honey, because He has blown my mind over and over again. So again, I hope this is encouragement to some. I hope that it's a push for others to, again, whatever you have to do, seek Him and open your heart. Ask Him to begin to elevate your mindset about yourself and elevate your mindset about His dreams and His destiny for you, so that you will be able to mature your mind, to put away those downtrodden antidotes, or cliches that we, sometimes we tell ourselves. Sometimes some of it was unlearning behaviors taught by my dad, who, to me, was a very financially, fit person and got me in the mindset of finances. He's the one that actually, I believe, God used to put the mantle of prosperity and abundance on my life without him even realizing or knowing what he was doing. But there came a point where I reached a certain level and a certain point in life where my mindset had to change in order for me to be able to elevate more. And I'm going through that whole transition right now as it is. And again, the only way that I'm able to get through it, because if I sit down and told you, again, some of these silly things that I'm dealing with now, with people and with these different personalities, again, He's blessed me with things and with the wherewithal to be able to have those outlets to relieve stress, to be able to meditate on Him, to be able to relax, where I don't have to have a drink in my hand, every night. I gotta hydrate, you know, I gotta be in some water. But, you know, again, like, don't let anybody tell you what you deserve. You know in your heart what you deserve. And stay true to that, and you will see it manifest and come to pass. Again, this was a dream. This was a vision. This was a vision that grew. It grew in a matter of months. You know, like I knew I needed to purchase another house at the time that I started looking, you know, in this area, because I needed to move geographically. And I knew that I needed something bigger because I anticipated having my dad come and live with me. And everything I looked at just wasn't panning out. It just wasn't a fit. And because I had experienced him operating through me when I bought properties in the past, like I know that he gives me confirmation. There's a feeling that I feel that comes over me that lets me know, no, this is yours. And just